say hello to John Hanson. Hey you all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the north, more specifically Frederick, Maryland. And I'm joined today by this man right here, John Hanson. Now you may ask yourself, who in the blue blazes is John Hanson? Well, my friend John Hanson here, he was the first president of the United States of America. And I know what you're saying. You're saying, wait a minute, that sounds like a bunch of crap, because George Washington was the president, was the first president of the United States of America. Well, this man has a claim as well. You see, before the Constitution was ratified, there was already, you know, a government structure in place here in the United States. And this man was elected the first president of the United States Congress. And I guess it just depends on how you look at it. Was he the first president of the United States, or does it only count after the Constitution was put into place? I would say you may not agree that he was the first president, but he has a valid claim to the throne. It all just depends on where you believe the lineage starts. Does the lineage start before the Constitution, or does the lineage start after the Constitution with George Washington? But there's more. There's more. There is a urban legend that is attached to Mr. John Hanson. Very, very fascinating legend, and that is that John Hanson, in addition to being the first president of the United States, was also the first black president of the United States. You can't tell if he's black or white because he's a statue, and statues don't represent flesh color very well. But anyways, if you look at the back of a $2 bill, there is a large room of old-timey people with their white powdered wigs, you know, old-timey presidential-esque people. And sitting in the back there is a single African-American gentleman. And so people notice, why is there's this big group of white colonial people on the back of the $2 bill, and a single African-American man, or a person of African descent, I'm sorry. And so when they asked, who is this man? This man was John Hanson. And this began this rumor. Whoa, John Hanson. This is John Hanson. This is the guy that was the first president, and he's black, so he was the first black president. The first president of the United States of America was a black person. But it turned out to be a case of mistaken identity, because there is a black man named John Hanson on the back of the $2 bill. However, that John Hanson was a senator from Liberia who just so happened to have the same name as this John Hanson. So wires got crossed, and the rumor that the first president of the United States was black begun. Still a fascinating story here with Mr. John Hanson. Do you think John Hanson was the first president of the United States? Leave a comment in the comment section. So it is the second day of the road trip with my wife Christy. She's waiting in the car. She wasn't as excited about meeting John Hanson as I was. But we are headed into Gettysburg. This was just a little pit stop before we got there. So follow me. Alright, we have landed in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and we're ready to get some dinner. Actually, this building behind us is known as the Dobbins House, a historical building from the 1700s, and was part of the Underground Railroad. And they also have a restaurant in the cellar. Yeah, here's the Springhouse Tavern entrance. See, it's so old-timey. They spell salad with 2 L's and an E. And look at this, a genuine fire candle at our table. How romantic. Ooh, I wonder what their porridge of the day is. Watch out for those 3 bears. So what do you think of the ambiance? Love it. Alright, we're gonna start out with a little bit of crab dip. Why don't you eat some?
On camera?
Yeah.
Alright. What if I hate it?
Be honest.
Spitting it out?
Be honest. Good? Good? Yeah? That is some good crab dip. Alright, guess we kept it pretty simple. We got a steak. Have you eaten it yet? No? I've got a New York strip with a crab cake. This crab cake looks pretty tasty. Have you tried your steak yet?
No.
Is it good? Very good?
Very good.
This crab cake is almost pure crab, which is awesome. So good. Very good.
Thank you so much.
Now up here is the museum section of the Dobbins house. And this is really amazing right here. This is slave hideout. A secret little room, a secret little passageway where slaves could hide as they were fleeing to the north from the south. Yeah, it's actually like a cupboard door that would close to hide the fleeing slaves. Here's some items that were found in this house. It's 18th century stoneware and a crumbled chamber pot. You can actually see some bullets. Looks like there were some bullets lodged in the wood right there from the Civil War. You can see how steep these stairs are. Here in the gift shop you can buy some Civil War paraphernalia. My favorite, of course, is Abe Lincoln's beard. You can own your own Lincoln beard and put that on and look very presidential. So yeah, we're just kind of spending the night here in Gettysburg. We did film a couple other things during the day, and you'll be seeing those soon, hopefully. But tomorrow should be a long driving day. I think we're gonna hop in the car and head north. So until then, this one's in the bag.